and under the golden ball of light was a ring-shaped silver sea, which completely covered the main peak. The origin powers of all colors that had appeared before were now dim and lifeless under the silvery radiance. Looking from afar, the little bit of color was just the edge of the huge ring-shaped silver sea, and it was not worth mentioning. Similarly, the power that erupted this time was also several times more than before. Qing Dai looked at it nervously and she quickly searched for something. In next to no time she saw a tall figure leaping up from the silver ocean. Evil, ostentatious and demonic. But it was incomparably powerful. Qing Dai's heart that was hanging in suspense finally calmed down. It's okay. Ahem, she closed her eyes, feeling very lucky. Although the rolling blood and qi between her lips and teeth stimulated her to cough continuously, as long as she saw that he could succeed, everything else didn't matter. When the eighth heavenly thunder came down, the three primordial convergence at one's prominence burst out with unprecedented power. On that mountain top, the only one who could persevere and stay should be His Highness the Crown Prince, right? Thinking of this, Qing Dai's eyes were full of admiration and admiration. As if to confirm her guess, a few figures were kicked out one after another by the violent force. She looked at them and saw that they were the two people from the East Com dynasty and the Xian dynasty. Then another crimson figure was flung out from the silver sea. A red-tailed red phoenix. In the chaos, it flapped its wings and hurriedly steadied itself. Looking closely, it seemed to be carrying a few people on its claws. Obviously, they were the people from the Tianling dynasty. Qing Dai had been a little uncomfortable with their appearance, but when she saw this scene, her mood instantly improved a lot, and even the pain on her body wasn't so serious. So on that mountain top, only His Highness the Crown Prince was left. Qi. Just as this thought flashed through her mind, a sharp whistling sound pierced through the air. Immediately after, a slender and tall figure leaped up from below. Sword Qi was awe-inspiring. It broke through the silver sea. Qing Dai's eyes suddenly widened. Shengguan Yu. Breaking through the layers of origin power, Chu Luiyue felt as if a mountain was on her shoulders. It was extremely heavy. However, the moment she broke through everything and leaped up, the heavy pressure instantly disappeared. Golden light shone above her head and silver ripples sparkled under her feet. In all directions, there was an incomparably pure and majestic power. Everything was fine except for Jun Jiuqing, who was not far away. Noticing the commotion, Jun Jiuqing looked over. There was no surprise on his handsome, almost devilishly handsome face. Instead, his sword-like eyebrows were slightly raised and he said slowly, "You're much slower than I expected." Tan Taichen's heart felt like it was being pressed by a heavy stone, and he was extremely depressed. Chu Luiyue carefully looked at Tan Taichen's face and took in his expression. It seemed that Tan Taichen had some concerns. And what he was worried about was obviously the rune in the Black Demon Cave. As long as he dared to mention it, she would dare to question him on the spot. But obviously he didn't dare to. Even when his beloved daughter died, he was filled with resentment and hatred. But he still didn't dare to mention the Black Demon Cave. However, how could Tan Taichen really let it go? He looked around and said in a deep voice, "Good. Since you said that they left after fighting with you, then I'll ask after the 6th day of the ancient Phoenix Mountain who saw the people of Taiyu dynasty." Everyone looked at each other. After a short silence, a few people murmured in a low voice. "After the 6th day. I don't think I saw them, yes. Later I was quite curious that they didn't go to the main peak of the ancient Phoenix Mountain. Now that I think about it, did something happen at that time?" "It's not impossible," Tan Taichen sneered. "Shengguan Yu, did you hear that? The few of you are clearly the last few people to have seen them. If it wasn't you who did it, then who?"